My name is Natalie Thompson, and I'm 46 years old. I'm a married working mom, 16 years into marriage. I live with my husband, our 15-year-old daughter Lisa, and my in-laws, making us a family of 5. We might seem like a happy family, but an event led to our dispersion. What is this? What are you trying to do? The trigger was a divorce paper that my husband Michael presented to me when he came home. Michael, who handed me the filled-out divorce form, dropped a bombshell. My mistress is pregnant. I want to marry her, so I want a divorce from you.
Are you kidding?
This is no joke. I met her about a year ago, and now she's pregnant with my child. She's just 21 and a part-time employee. It would be cruel to make her have the baby alone, wouldn't it? So, I'm gonna take responsibility and marry her. You just need to sign this divorce paper and submit it to the city hall.
Just submit it to the city hall. You do realize you're married, right?
I know, that's why I brought the divorce paper. It's not about that. I have no clue what you're trying to say.
What about Lisa? Do you not care about her at all?
I never said I don't care. But Lisa is already 15. She's not at an age where she'll miss having a dad around. Besides, she's been quite distant lately. Maybe it's her rebellious phase, but she avoids me and barely talks. Maybe it's better for her if I'm not around. I'll give you Lisa's custody.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. I'm planning to divorce you as soon as possible. I won't change my mind. My husband said this without any remorse. At that moment, I lost all affection for him and accepted the divorce. However, he then said something even more unbelievable. Then, even after we divorce, I'll need you to take care of my parents.
What did you say?
I mean, I'm entrusting the care of my parents to you. 5 years ago, when my father-in-law hurt his back, we started living with my in-laws. Initially, it was agreed that I would take care of them, but once we started living together, Michael hardly contributed to their care, leaving everything to me. Moreover, my in-laws said, "Our son is busy with work, so you should do it. Even though you work, it's not like a woman's job is that significant." That's what he had the nerve to say. Yet, despite that, my husband Michael says I should take care of them even after we divorce. I naturally opposed this fiercely.
No joke. Why should I take care of your parents after we get divorced?
Why can you only say such cold things? Family is still family, even after divorce. Haven't you received a lot of help from my parents over the years? Don't you think about repaying that kindness? What are you talking about? It makes no sense. Perhaps hearing our conversation, my in-laws came into the living room from another room.
Mother-in-law, please listen.
I heard the conversation. There's going to be a child, right? Then, it can't be helped. Natalie will take care of us, so Michael, you stay by your new wife and child's side.
What?
We'll be fine as long as Natalie and Lisa are here to look after us, right? We just need you to show us the child's face from time to time.
Wait, are you serious?
What's wrong, Natalie?
Why are you assuming it's natural for us to take care of you even after the divorce?
Well, aren't we family? Helping each other is what families do, right?
Family? He's betraying our family, cheating with a younger woman, and you talk about family?
My in-laws didn't seem to understand what I was saying at all. Ever since we got married, they've always sided with my husband. My opinion hardly mattered. That's when it happened.
I'm home.
Our daughter Lisa, who had been at a study session, returned home. Entering the living room, she seemed surprised by the odd atmosphere. What's going on? Did something happen? Well, your dad and I are going to get divorced.
What?
Your dad is going to marry a new woman. She's pregnant with his child. So he has to take responsibility.
Wait, what are you saying? Are you serious?
OWEL, like mother, like daughter. You have the exact same reaction as your mom. I'm sorry, but I don't love your mom anymore. It might be hard without me, but I hope you can forgive me.
Forgive you? I don't understand. What's going to happen now?
It's nothing complicated. You just need to stay here with your mom and take care of grandma and grandpa, just like before.
Wait, you're getting a divorce, right? So why should mom and I take care of the two of you?
I'm a man, and I have no clue about caregiving. It's better if you and mom handle it. Grandpa and grandma will be happier that way. Is that okay with you, mom?
I am.
Thank you so much for helping without expecting anything in return. We're relieved to have you and Lisa around. Michael needs to protect his new wife and child, so don't worry about us and just live happily. In front of our daughter, who was rightfully questioning, they spoke as if it was all settled. However, they didn't know that their world would turn upside down with my next statement. As I said before, I have no intention of taking care of you too. And I certainly won't make Lisa do it either. Why are you being so stubborn? Yes, Lisa is our granddaughter, right? What's wrong with a granddaughter taking care of her grandparents? Even if you're divorced, a granddaughter is still a granddaughter. And you, as her mother, have a duty to take care of us. Isn't it too cold to say that it's over just because of the divorce?
Why should I take care of Michael's parents, who will be strangers to me after the divorce?
That's because you seem to be under some misconception. If we're getting divorced, you two will naturally have to move out of this house.
What? Why do we have to leave this house?
This house was bought by our son, right? Natalie, you have no right to kick us out. Yes, I do. Because this house is mine, I bought it. What? Right, dear? That's, well.
What do you mean? Isn't this the house you bought? You said you bought a big house for the family when you got promoted.
That was all a lie. A lie. Do you in-laws even know how much he earns?
Hey, you don't have to go that far.
If I hadn't spoken up, we wouldn't be in this situation. We've come this far, it's better to tell everything. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Simply put, he earns less than I do. He doesn't make enough to afford such a large house.
What?
His company is a subcontractor for the company I work for. Didn't I tell you? We met through work. He came to sell something to my office, and I was drawn to his dedication. But I never imagined that, 16 years into our marriage, he'd come and tell me he wants a divorce because he got a younger woman pregnant.
What? Is that story true?
Well, I'll add that since he moved in, he hasn't contributed to the household expenses at all. From utilities to groceries, I've been paying for everything, including your living expenses. That can't be.
We were giving our son part of our pension as living expenses, weren't we? Weren't you getting that from your son?
Didn't I tell you? I never received any money from him for living expenses. Then where did our pensions go? Who knows? Maybe he's been supporting his mistress with it? What? The nerve of him to ask me to keep looking after you two after the divorce, not because he's staying in the house he bought, but in the house I bought with my earnings. How can he say that with a straight face? After hearing my story, the three of them fell silent. After thinking for a bit, my father-in-law asked my husband, "Why did you lie about buying the house when it was Natalie who bought it? You told us you bought it for the family, that you were providing for us. Yes, you said since it's your house, there's no need to hold back. We thought that's why you invited us to live with you." Well, Hey, you're being asked a question. Can't answer for yourself? Then let me. It seems he felt inferior because he earns less than his wife. He was too embarrassed, so he begged me to pretend he bought the house. There's no rule that men have to earn more than women, or that the breadwinner has to be the man. But I can somewhat understand his desire. So, as he wished, I kept it secret that I bought the house, and we've been pretending it's his. He must have forgotten about it since he asked me to take care of his parents in this house. And the unknowing in-laws believed their son's words. That's the situation. Even now, do you still expect me to take care of you? That's.
I'll say it again, this is my house that I bought. I have the right to decide who lives here. I've been patient until now, but from today, this house is only for Lisa and me. So, the three of you, please pack your things and leave my house immediately.
I was surprised myself at how fluently the words came out. I guess all my pent-up feelings had exploded. Then, the in-laws suddenly prostrated before me. They must have panicked realizing they were being kicked out.
We had no idea it would come to this. We've caused so much trouble, and we're truly sorry. But if Natalie kicks us out, we have nowhere to go. Our parents are gone, and we have no family home to return to. Our siblings live far in the countryside. With my bad leg, I can't live in such a remote place. Please, let us stay here. I'm so sorry for not understanding Natalie's feelings and pushing everything onto her. I must have been the worst mother-in-law. But now that I know the situation, I'll change my heart and help Natalie. I'll do whatever you ask, just let us stay here. I don't want to be separated from Lisa.
The two of them were sobbing and apologizing to me. How absurd. They weren't blaming my husband, the root cause of this mess, but still trying to rely on me. They just don't get it. Just as I was about to speak up, Lisa interjected.
Grandpa, Grandma, you really don't get it, do you? After hearing everything, why are you still trying to get Mom to take care of you? Normally, you'd be blaming Dad for causing this, right? A child shouldn't be speaking like that. Go to your room. Why should I? You were planning to make me help with taking care of you, right? Then I'm involved. Saying that it's a grandchild's job to look after grandparents, but now telling me to keep out because I'm just a child? Can you stop flipping between treating me as an adult or a child based on what suits you? How cheeky. If you have nowhere to go, why not go to Dad's place? After the divorce, he's going to live with his mistress, right? If you have nowhere to go, you should go there. You both said it, right? It's the job of grandchildren and daughters-in-law to take care of you. Mom won't be a daughter-in-law anymore, so why not rely on the new one? I'm still a grandchild even if my parents are divorced, but there's going to be a new grandchild on that side, so no problem, right?
Lisa's rebuttal left them speechless. The in-laws looked at each other in surprise. However, my husband, thinking he'd have to take in his parents, was furious at Lisa's words.
What are you talking about? How did this conversation even get here? I need to protect my new wife and child. I don't have time to care for Mom and Dad too.
But you told me not to say cold things. A son connected by blood saying such things?
That's not what I mean. It's just impossible right now.
If it'll be okay later, then living together now doesn't make a difference. Exactly. Plus, if a baby is coming, it's better to have more people around. It could be a win-win situation. That's. Then, after hearing our conversation, the in-laws seemed to change their minds, suddenly saying,
Actually, that might be a better idea. What? Are you seriously considering coming? It's unrealistic to rely on Natalie forever. If there's a new wife, it would be better to depend on her. And thinking about it, Natalie's right. If a child is coming, more hands are needed. Especially since you'll be working hard for your family, right? Then it's better if she and we take care of the child. We have to help out. Hey, wait a minute, both of you.
The three of them, leaving us behind, had a mini-family argument. In the end, it seemed my husband gave in and decided to take his parents to his mistress's house. The in-laws, having secured a new place to rely on, happily packed their bags and left with my deeply sighing husband. However, unbelievably, within 3 hours, the trio returned.
What's the meaning of this? Returning home less than 3 hours after you left?
Well, actually. My husband, with a pale face, responded to my inquiry. She kicked us out. What?
That's right, she kicked us out.
After leaving our house, he took his parents to his mistress's place. I heard about your situation from your son. You've been through a lot. But don't worry anymore. We're here to help.
Wait, what do you mean?
Sorry for showing up unannounced. It's a long story, but for now, can we come in?
I can't let you in, can I?
What?
Why should I let you in?
But we're going to get married.
Married?
I've been pretending not to know, but you're pregnant with my child, aren't you? That's why I handed the divorce papers to my wife and left the house.
What have you been saying?
I saw it, the used pregnancy test, in your bathroom. I checked online, and if both lines are there, it means you're pregnant. You must have left it there to tell me later, right? I'm sorry for looking without permission. But if you leave something like that out in the open, I'll notice it. You've been turning down meals recently because you weren't feeling well, right? That's what's going on, isn't it? You don't have to hide anything anymore. I want you to feel safe to have my child now that we'll be here for you. Then she said to him,
Are you an idiot? Yes, I'm pregnant, but this child isn't yours.
It's not my child. What are you saying, then whose child is it? It's my boyfriend's, obviously. Boyfriend. But that's not me.
Do you really think you're my boyfriend? Did you honestly believe that all this time?
But we've been involved for a year since we met.
Of course not. Where did we meet, remember?
That's right, we met through a sugar daddy app, but that was just at the beginning. You gave me your home address, and we went out together many times. We were in a relationship.
That's ridiculous. I never promised to marry you, and we were never officially together. You've misunderstood everything and brought your parents here. What were you thinking?
What? Yes, the woman he thought he was dating was someone he met on a sugar daddy app.
A misunderstanding? I handed my wife the divorce papers and left my 15-year-old daughter to come here. What am I supposed to do now that you're saying this?
That's not my problem, is it? You're the one who misunderstood. What are you talking about? That's creepy.
Creepy?
Michael, what is going on? Sugar daddy, what's that? Well, that's... Oh, let me explain in a way that even your parents can understand. I was just being paid to hang out with him. We're not lovers or anything, so could you please leave? What? Such a thing.
Don't mess with me. I bought you everything you wanted, and I gave you so much money, only for you to repay me like this.
Repay you like this? You signed up for the sugar daddy app yourself, right? After all that money you spent, how can you even say such a thing? Isn't that strange? I don't want to be called weird by someone who's doing sugar dating while having a boyfriend. I don't care if you think I'm weird. I was doing sugar dating to save up for my wedding with my boyfriend. I was planning to stop soon anyway. Our relationship was about to end, so this is actually perfect timing. Perfect timing. Did you really think a 50-year-old married man with children could seriously get involved with a 21-year-old woman? I thought you were using a sugar daddy app because you understood your place. I never imagined you would leave your family thinking we were in a relationship. It's just pitiful. My condolences. Make sure not to make such creepy misunderstandings next time. Well, if there is a next time. She seemed to mock him with those words. He got furious at her words.
Enough with making a fool out of me.
Just as he was about to lash out at her. What?
Who are you?
A strong-looking young man appeared from the back of the room and grabbed his hand. This man was her real boyfriend. Immediately she exclaimed.
This man is my stalker. He's mistaken that I'm pregnant with his child and even brought his parents here. When I denied it, he suddenly tried to hit me. Please help me. Old man, don't you dare mess with my wife. You've got some nerve trying to hit her. It's not like that. Listen, don't you ever show your face around us again. If I see you one more time, you won't get off so easily. Geez. Michael, maybe it's best we go home. Yeah, let's go back. Damn it.
And so, the three of them were chased away by the couple and returned to our house.
That damn brat. I won't forgive her. I'll sue her for fraud.
What? Let's discuss what's going to happen next. Right. Even if we need to hire a lawyer, we first have to talk. Saying that, they tried to enter the house as if it were a given. Wait a minute, why are you trying to come into the house? Why? Because we need to have a discussion, don't we? I don't have anything to discuss with you. We were deceived by that woman. If it weren't for her, we wouldn't be in this mess. You're involved in this too. The divorce paper is void. First, we need to talk about suing her. What are you talking about?
I've already submitted the divorce papers to the office.
What? Why would you?
You told me to. You said to sign the divorce papers quickly and take them to the office. You wanted a divorce as soon as possible, so as you wished, I submitted them right after you all left.
We're now complete strangers.
If you enter my house without my permission, that's breaking and entering. I'll have to call the police. You! What are you doing? I don't accept this. We need to talk.
My ex-husband tried to forcefully enter the house. The in-laws, tired of being dragged around, said, "Just let us in, we're too tired to walk any further. Let's talk inside. We can think about what to do next after that." As they were trying to come in. Then, hello? Police? There are people trying to force their way into my house. They're all strangers to me. Please come quickly. My daughter, likely having heard our conversation from inside, was speaking on her smartphone while heading to the entrance.
What? The police?
You heard it, right? We're strangers now.
If strangers try to enter someone's house, of course, you call the police. Even a child knows that. But calling the police, isn't that an overreaction? Do you want us to get arrested?
Why not? We're strangers after all.
All you talk about is strangers. Don't you have anything else to say? It's your fault that it's come to this. Excuse me? It's because you were too busy with parenting and caregiving and didn't pay attention to me. That's why I ended up using that sugar daddy app. Hey, don't blame me, okay? This is all your fault. Whether it's parenting or caregiving, you've always treated it as someone else's problem. Despite it all being related to you, you pushed everything onto me. You've always acted like you were still single. That's why we're in this situation.
All right, I apologize. Let's start over. You, me, Lisa, and your parents, the five of us, working together, can start afresh.
It's all too late now. No matter what you say, I have no intention of starting over with you.
Besides, is this really the time to be having this conversation?
What?
Aren't the police, Lisa, going to arrive soon? Once the police get here, the neighbors will likely come to see what's happening. Are you okay with becoming the talk of the neighborhood after being rejected by the woman you thought was your mistress and then crawling back here? With that, the three of them started to fidget and hurriedly left. Really?
Mom, are you okay? I'm fine. But, calling the police, wasn't that a bit much? I'll have to apologize when the officers arrive.
Don't worry, the police aren't coming.
What?
I just pretended to call the police. I figured they would run off if I did that. Lisa. I mean, this is our home, right? We don't want them to come back again. I hugged my daughter tightly as she said this with a smile. Months have passed since then, and they never appeared before us again. Afterward, I wondered where they went without a place to stay. It seems they couldn't figure out what to do next, and ended up renting a small apartment together as a trio. And why do I know this? Well,
what is this? A demand for alimony and child support? Why is this being sent to my place?
I had a lawyer track down his whereabouts to demand alimony for his affair and child support for our daughter. Initially, he refused to pay, but that wasn't going to fly. He would have to take responsibility for his actions and pay up. According to what I heard, life wasn't as easy for the three of them as they had thought.
Hey, Mom! Didn't I tell you to do the laundry and clean up before I got back? What are you talking about? You said you would do it. I was busy taking care of Dad. How could I possibly do that? There's no need to talk like it's a bother. I didn't hurt my back on purpose.
I heard rumors that they were struggling with all the responsibilities I had been handling falling on them at once. They must be realizing now how much they took me for granted. Meanwhile, my daughter and I continue to live in that house, just the two of us. She successfully got into the high school she wanted. Even without them, we're managing just fine. However, even though my daughter shows me smiles, she might be grieving the loss of her father and grandparents inside. With that thought, I asked her, "I'm sorry, because of me, you can't live with your dad, grandpa, and grandma anymore. Are you okay? Are you not struggling?" Then my daughter looked at me, bewildered, and answered,
"What are you talking about? Why would I struggle? I'm fine as long as I have you, Mom. Actually, I should be the one apologizing."
"Huh? I'm sorry I couldn't help you when you were going through tough times. From now on, I'll be there to support you, so don't worry." My daughter, who I thought was just a little girl, reassured me with her strong words. Just those words alone make me feel like I can face whatever comes our way.
I resolved once again to protect her with all my might until the day she leaves my side.